Hello, hello, hello. For anyone that's coming in. Ooh, I wonder who that one person is. Hey, John. Hi, Paul. Don't forget you live. That's what I'm doing right now. There we go. So, how are you two doing? So, how's it going, guys? It is Paul. It is Paul. Paul and John, how are you two? Okay, that's good. Gloomy, wet day. Yes, it is. I'm so glad I got my walk in last night after the live. I was sitting here crocheting and I was thinking of John, of you saying how it was going to start raining at 6 a.m. And I'm like, you know, it wouldn't hurt if I just got up and walked right now. And I did. Together strong. I got check Billy weather for 7 a.m. Saturday. I ended up walking in the rain. Yeah, not me. I had pneumonia last year and I don't want to take no chances. I know that's just an old wives' tale, you walk in the rain, get wet in the cold, and you catch pneumonia. I don't want to take chances. I know what pneumonia is like. As a matter of fact, I had pneumonia last year at this time. Hello, Pania. Hi, Masick. And all the rowdy meat eaters. The suns are racing, running. Are you going to be able to go and watch in live person? Are you planning on going? No, you're not going. Aw, that would have been epic if you could. Too complex, yeah. So, how was everyone else's day? Anything good for dinner? Parking is very difficult. That is true. It would be very difficult to park, especially during something like that. Oh, a chuck eye steak, yummy. My day was good. My kiddos came by to visit. Yay! That's always nice when that happens. Had a buddy stop by to hang out. He's a vegan. It was a fun day listening to how I'm killing myself. Oh, yeah, isn't that always the way it goes? Shrimp. I love shrimp. I don't have shrimp enough for as much as I love it. Ugh, I need to have shrimp more. I do love shrimp. Butter garlic shrimp. Yes, yes, yes. Used to park for free and take a train in, but parking at Amtrak is $30 a day. Dang. Man, they'll make money anywhere. It's bad enough you got to go and pay for a ticket. Now you have to pay per day. But then again, airports do it too. So they got to get their money. Mm-mm-mm. So good. Yeah, is it going to be televised? It's got to be televised. Something like that going on in a big city like Philly. Maybe you can catch something, some live footage on YouTube. My daughter paid $35 in Philly a week, eight 90 minutes. 90-minute parking, $35. Man, we're in the wrong business. It's insane. Boston is worse. Man, it'd be nice to own money in those own property downtown in those places. Easy Christmas presents. I'll buy a tin of popcorn. If you could squeeze three cars in, make $100. insane. Yeah, it's crazy. We usually have 3 menu plans. Not this year. I'm bringing one dish. I'm definitely making some carnivore dishes. I'm not gonna be stuck with just eating turkey. Do you like Old Bay or what on your ship? Um, while it's cooking, I just do garlic butter. I am very simple when it comes to garlic. I love the taste of shrimp, so I never want to cover it up with a bunch of other flavors. So usually, if anything, it's just garlic butter because I love the flavor of shrimp. And garlic, I think, complements it. You're having turkey thighs and cheesecake. There you go. Yeah, butter and garlic. Yep, that's my go to. Um, those parking garages also have mortgage, taxes, insurance, electricity pay, plus city fees, etc. It might sound profitable, but then again, most of the paid truck parking is owned by the mafia. But it's still the same way too, John. Even if you go to like a fair or something and someone has just an open field, they charge like $25 to park in an open field. I mean, it's just everybody's seeking money. Everybody wants money. Family store here sells 2 pounds K big shrimp, raw peeled at good prices. Yeah, it's getting to that point where shrimp is cheaper than hamburg or any beef. And that never used to be the case. Shrimp used to be the costly stuff. Yeah, shrimp is good food. And as much as I love shrimp, I never, seldom have it. I have it once in a while, just not very often. Probably only about once every 2, 3 months. Hi, Jen. This is this is the luck of the draw, and I only work on it a couple hours a week. That's it. See, this woman that I watch her lives is called Luck of the Draw, and it's the 13th season. I don't know if you can see that. And you pick 5 colors. These are my 5 colors. And then you have your neutral color. Mine's white. And you use like yarn that you're not using anymore. So I have these colors here are all like variegated type yarn. So once a week on Thursday morning, um, Mama Swift, she draws a number. Every Thursday morning, she'll draw a number from 1 through 5, and that's what you put your round on. So that's what I'm doing. So last Thursday, she picked this one, and so I'm putting it on. Oh, do they have some on sale? I'll probably pick some up. Yeah, I always wait till they're on sale before I pick some up. Yeah, that's something you could start, Jen. And then once a week, you pick a day and you pick a number out of the hat, and that's the color they put on their blanket or whatever it is they're making. Some people make bags, some people make blankets. Frozen and seafood freezer section. I'm going to have to check that out. I go shopping there on Fridays. Butter garlic hot sauce. I have to get me some more heavy cream too. I only have a little tiny bit. I was going to do up my dang clam chowder, and I couldn't do it because I didn't have enough cream. I might have enough. I might have enough to do a quiche. I don't know. But you would say 56-cent turkey? Seriously? That's how much they're going for? I should go and get one. Dang. I have 2 stoves in my house. One downstairs. There's a kitchen down there with electric stove. I have a stove up here, and what I do is I cook 2 turkeys every year. I seen that today at Kroger. Almost picked some up. Ugh, man, there's not going to be no turkeys left. You guys have bought all the turkeys. You're probably going with a big truck, John, and buying them all up. Hmm. 56-cent turkeys. Now that is very cheap. I almost got one about a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks, but they were 99 cents a pound. And I thought, well, I'll wait. I'm glad I did. I used to haul turkeys out of Pennsylvania during the holidays. I would get all kinds of turkeys for free. Oh, wow. What a nice job that must have been. Will be 44 degrees at the start time. Calm wind, good running weather. Yep. I wonder if someone might have it going live on YouTube, a personal cell phone type thing. I tried to make a 3D star for my channel, but in the middle of the video, the star fell apart. Not seeing anything. Maybe his sponsor will. I tried to give them away. You would think it would be easy to give free turkeys out. It wasn't. Don't know why they wouldn't take them. Maybe they thought they were stolen. They didn't want stolen merchandise. Hello, my quiche is in the oven. I'll let you know how it turns out. Ooh. Yeah, I got stew meat in the slow cooker. I already ate a small bowl. But I wish it was. I am in love with quiche. I have to admit, I am in love with quiche. It's gonna definitely be something I make every week, at least once a week. I do speak what quiche? Is that French? I know a French word. Didn't even know it. I just had breakfast sausage to put in it. Hey, even that sounds good. I let mine go a little bit, but mine was in the oven for 34 minutes. If I probably could have taken it out at probably 30. But depends on how thick you got it. And We have a place in Warner Robins called New Way Wieners. They are hot dogs with chili. Yes, they have buns, but you can make them carnivore by eating them with no bun. About 1.5 inches. All right, yeah, it'll be about 30 to 34, 35 minutes. I knew a guy raised turkeys $200 a week. Each sold $200 each. Sold 100 every year, pasture raised. Wow. I do put a tablespoon of finely diced onion in mine. Yeah, when I get down at least another 50 pounds, I'm going to start adding a little bit of stuff like diced onions and stuff. Just a little bit here and there, nothing like major. But I want to get some of this weight down before I start doing that. But I will be doing, I'm not a headstrong, gotta only forevermore be carnivore. I want to be ketovore, basically, with some carbs. That's my ultimate goal down the road. But the holidays was fun trucking, delivering the pumpkins, Christmas trees, and turkey. Yep, that's not gonna. Hugs back. Hugs back at you, Jen. Yeah, I love onion. Yeah, Paul, I get it. I just want to be able to use some things like, a little bit of onion here and there without feeling too bad. Like right now I don't touch onions. But to be able to chop up a few onions to put in like with my hamburg patties, or like I do a carnivore meatloaf, it would be nice to be able to put, a little bit of onions in that. But I'm not going to run out and you know fry potatoes and French fried. No, I'm not going to do that. That no. I delivered them to churches, and they would have the whole church there unloading by hand. It was great being part of that, especially with the kids. Well, that sounds like really fun. But I'm sure that going ketovore is going to be probably close to a year away. So I'm not even going to dwell on something like that. I got a lot of healing to do between now and doing something like that. I think Eric Westman's prescription strength keto is a good philosophy if it fits you. And what is that? One tablespoon of raw diced onions has one carb. One carb in a quiche is just flavor. But I see what you mean. But one carb in an entire pie is great. Yeah, exactly. No, it's warm in here. She's good. If she was cold, she would be under her mattress right now, underneath that pad. That's when I know she's chilled. The healing seems like it will never end at times, especially the longer I go. The healing becomes less noticeable. Uh, Hello, Sue. Good evening. How about you share what keeps you well grounded and motivated? You're such an inspiration to others. Well, I have a lot of whys that keep me grounded, why I'm doing this, and it's very important. One thing is my husband's had a stroke, and I see changes in him over times, especially this past year, and so I need to be able to take care of him. After all, when I wasn't able to be mobile, he took care of me before his stroke. So that's a why I feel like he hasn't been diagnosed yet. He goes to the doctors in December, but I feel he's got dementia because he constantly comes in and will talk about the same thing over and over, ask the same questions over and over, and he forgets constantly. So I see that I have to step up in my care for him probably soon. I have to pay attention to him all the time. I can't do that if I'm not well enough, if I'm stuck in my chair and I can't move. Before I started this last year, I was over 400 pounds and I could not walk. I used a walker and I was in a lot of pain. So I didn't really want to move. I was breathless. I couldn't breathe. So I don't want to step back. I don't want to, I absolutely don't want to move back and do that. I've been wanting to do things with my grandchildren. I got to see a play just a couple of weeks ago. I've been living in Ohio now with them living about a mile away for about 3 years now. And I haven't been able to walk far enough to be able to walk into their school building, walk to the place where they're going to have the play. I haven't been able to do that. It's too far. I'm able to do those things now. I can make plans. So there's a lot that's it's keeping me grounded and on key. So yeah, that's where I'm at. But that's what keeps me motivated. And most important, why I walk every day, or at least most days, is I don't want to lose my mobility. I'm so afraid I'm going to lose my mobility again. I don't want to be, you know, in this chair. It's like I got a second chance at life. That's how I see it. I prayed on it. I got an answer and I'm doing it. Why go back? Why move backwards? So I know as far as I hope, I'll knock on wood because I don't ever want to say never, but I would never want to go back to where I was ever. It was a horrible, horrible place to be. That's probably more than I should have, or even what you might have wanted to hear, but it's hard. It's like one of the hardest things, and I would feel so sad that, my grandkids would come in, hey, Grandma, you going to come to the play on Friday? And I have to tell them no, you know, or I didn't want to do something because I'm too big and I wouldn't want to embarrass them with their friends. I felt like I was a family's embarrassment, you know. It's just all kinds of negative things go through your mind when you're a big woman or a big person. I hate to say this, but I am wiped. I'm heading to bed early tonight again. Stopping in to say goodnight. I did practice my crocheting today. Well, there you go, Cindy. All right, good night and sweet dreams. And I really believe too that because I have all of you guys every day, I'm able to stay strong. And so for that, I really have to thank you guys. Like John's always saying, together strong. I really believe that. And I love all of you guys. I truly mean that. That's right. Booby is here. Don't leave my thumbs hanging. Smash the thumbs up. Share a laugh and make the other algorithm giggle. There, the tongue twister. Do not worry. We will see to it your ass gets across the finish line. Well, thank you, Paul. And we are not giving up coffee. No, I'm not giving up coffee. No. I will always have at least a cup. And in the wintertime, I might have 2 cups of coffee. You never know. Because I can't drink hot cocoa because I'm allergic to it. So my go to for something hot to drink is tea and coffee. Why would I want to give that up? Drink hot water? No. Your motivation does not go unnoticed. God with you every step of the way. Thank you, Sue. I'm floating the idea. You're floating the idea? Oh, we got to hear this. Of giving up coffee? Not me. I'm going to keep my coffee. All very good reasons. Working in healthcare, I totally understand the desire to keep loved ones home and care for them. I will keep you and your husband in my prayers. Thank you, Sue. Your motivation does not go unnoticed. I'm floating the idea. Let's see. Coffee is my go to. If I crave anything, I make a coffee. Giving up my coffee is where I draw the line. Nope, not going to happen. Yeah, I'm not going to be forced. I'm not the carnivore police. I know what the carnivore police say, that coffee is a plant, comes from a bean, maybe from a monkey's ass. I don't know. I don't care. As long as I'm not cleaning the poo off the coffee beans, I'm good. But I'm keeping my coffee. That's where I draw the line. It's good stuff. Like I said, many of you guys can drink your hot. No, I guess you can't. Well, I guess it might be hot cocoa out there that you can drink. I don't know, but I like my hot beverages, and I'll screw the cops. I am not the carnivore mafia. I don't know. I might be the carnivore mafia though. I don't know. That's possible. No, but it does drive me crazy when someone finds out you you drink tea or something. I had my tea thing sitting here all the time. And someone actually came in and complained about my tea. And I'm like, you know what? I'll drink tea. I'm gonna drink tea. It's unsweet tea. There's no sugar in it. Yeah, I know it's a plant. That's fine and dandy, but I don't think having a cup of tea, and it's usually weak because I douse it with ice. I don't believe for a second it's going to hurt me. I'm sorry, I don't. They can go shit in their hat. Yeah. But so no, I'm not giving up tea and I'm not giving up my coffee. And every once in a while, not all the time, but even once in a while, I'll have a Diet Coke if I want one. I had one. Oh, I went out somewhere. Oh, when I went to the casino, I had a Diet Coke. You know, to me, if your go to is a Diet Coke or a cup of coffee with cream or whatever, if that's going to keep you from having potato chips or breads or, you know, something like a glass of wine or whatever, who cares? So, yeah, in case there's any, any carnivore policeman out there, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. So cotton is a plant, no clothes? Stupid. Yeah, but you're not eating your clothes. I get what they're saying. I get it. You're not a true carnivore. I'm not saying I am a true carnivore. I'm saying that my diet, I'm eating carnivore. And you got some people that say if 70% of what you eat is meat based, then you're carnivore. Well, I'm not drinking I'm not drinking 30% coffee. You know what I mean? It's like you can't have it both ways, is it or isn't it? I don't know. Now, I agree that in some circumstances, if you have problems with like your heart, you probably want to drink decaffeinated coffee, or something. But that's totally different. That's under totally different guidelines. Then that's got more to do with your health. And hey, Terry, how's Terry doing? I don't know how we got on this topic of coffee, but yeah, I'm not giving it up. Nope. Just got out of Russ's live. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What's going on here? Crap. Hi. Hi, Ayla. Hello, hello, hello. That's one thing I agree with Mitch about. In the early days of keto, there wasn't all these labels. We can complicate the simplest things. I have a bunch of scans and treadmill tests tomorrow. Starts at 8:15 till noonish. Fun times trying to figure out what to wear. Definitely something comfortable. And if you're going to do treadmill test, I would definitely wear sneakers. So definitely wear something comfortable. It may have been a phone issue with my CGM. Oh, yeah. My quiche turned out really good for my first one I ever made. I could have ate the whole casserole dish of it. It is better than an omelet for sure. Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, I absolutely love it. I love it. It's definitely something I will be making at least once a week. And I have Masick for that because she's the one that brought up quiche to me one night. And I've been on them ever since. I've been like, oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. This so it's first thing my husband said, it's not in a crust. I said, so it's still good. Just get out of here with your crust. You don't need the crust. Sausage and cheddar. Yeah, I'm gonna make a couple of them for Thanksgiving. So I got to get a lot of heavy cream. Ah, I was given coffee as a baby in the 60s to help with my asthma, as there was no asthma medication for the babies then. I still have a real strong coffee if I'm having trouble with my asthma. Yeah, yeah. And that steam too helps. And breathing in that hot steam just before you take a sip. Yeah, I didn't miss no crust. Now, I thought I only used a cup, but I used almost a full quart. Whereas that was that a pint? No, I think that was a pint. That was a pint because I didn't have enough. I didn't have enough to finish to make my other dish. So yeah, I used about a cup and a half in my quiche. Stopping in to say hi. I have to read some homework and we'll be back. All right, Amy. Pint. Yeah, I had a pint. I was like, dang it! Why didn't I get a quart? That's not bad for a quart. I can't remember what mine was for a pint, but I got it at Kroger. Probably close to $4. Yeah, I think it will be good to reheat for tomorrow. Oh, I even ate mine cold. I mean, I did heat up some too, but I also ate the last piece cold, and I loved it just as much. Oh, it was just as good. Heck, Barbara, between your quiche and deviled eggs and shrimp or whatever you choose, Thanksgiving will be delicious. Yep, I might even do some scallops. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. You have plans for Thanksgiving? Well, my daughter's going to be cooking Thanksgiving, but she's talking about cooking it here in the house because we have more space. And I have two kitchens here. I have a kitchen downstairs and a kitchen up here, both with stoves. So we can cook two turkeys. So we're probably going to have Thanksgiving here, but she says she's doing all the cooking. But I told her I would assist, but I am going to cook all of my stuff. No, I didn't. I should though. I can do it. I can do one for double eggs. I love deviled eggs. Mine's probably a little bit different than everybody else's because I don't know how everybody else does it. I do mine a little different. How I grew up in Maine doing it from my parents. I just got the results back. It's at 11 this time. The last test must Jabra been faulty at 38. I thought so because of my lipid test didn't match that reading. It's at 11. Oh, okay. Well, that's a big difference. 11 versus 38. I don't know. I don't know how everybody else makes it. There you go. Probably. No. I know my husband, when he makes deviled eggs, his is different than mine completely. And I can't remember how he makes his, but it's totally different from mine. So I think everybody just does it different. But I'll do a video on how I do mine. And we'll see if it's the same. I'm going to look up a recipe, see if it's like mine. I know my husband's is totally different than mine. But I'm going to do mine, not recipe easy. Okay. Peel them, da 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 da. Yep, mine is different. At least different from this. I have to check because I don't know what. There's a can of something. I'm not going to tell you the difference between mine and um, other deviled eggs, but I'm going to do mine the way I grew up making them. And I have to check the can. There's a can of something that goes into mine. And so this is plain with yellow mustard and pickle juice and black pepper, paprika. Yeah, that's like my husband's. The one I grew up with is totally different. Hello, Nolan Ray. Hello, hello, hello. How are you today? It's been a while since I seen you, Nolan. Um, let's see. Did I miss anything? Under their standards, under 15 is good, but Dr. Ben Bickman says under 6 is the goal. So I'll go with the scientific number of under 6. But yours is at 11? Life is good. Yes, it is. It is so good. I like my double eggs pretty simple. Mayo, a little mustard, paprika. Yeah, yeah. I want to guess, but I will wait, not patiently. I don't want anyone to say, "Oh, that's gross." That's why I'm not going to say what. I'm going to on the video, I'll do it both ways when I make it. I'll do my husband's, which is what you're saying, and then I'll do what I grew up, what my grandmother did, my mother did, and passed down to me. So it's a long family line of making deviled eggs, totally different. And who knows? I'll have to look at the can to see it's even has no carbs on. I don't know what the carb count is. or even if there is a carb count. I've made loaded double eggs in the past, but simple is better to me. Yeah. I'll eat them both ways. I mean, I like them both ways. You're too funny. They must be devilish. Well, if I find out that they've got 10 carbs each egg, I won't be making them. I think night I think Night Not is making a play for my job. We need to do something about Nightbot. AI is taking over everything. He's not trying to take over your job, John. Your job is always going to be safe. No worries. So calm down. Everything's okay. Am I glitching? I hope not. I don't see it glitching. I just found $1 on the ground. Sweet. That's my dollar. You give it back to me. That's my dollar. Uh, so what you have for dinner, Nolan? I'm nosy. I want to see what all the good things people are eating. 10 likes yet. There are 16 viewers. Come on, people. That's the robot glitching. It's the Nightbot. Told you. If Grandma hits harder with yarn than you hit that like button, we got problems. Well, there goes. Well, we just went down a few people. I guess they didn't want to hit that like button. They're like, nope, it's not going to happen. Oh, now we don't even have. Oh, I was going to say we only have 9 in the room now. A bunch of people got scared away. Um, I leave the stream on, but I have to pretend to do my job. Just kidding. I'll take it serious most of the time. Well, thank you, Nolan. Are you working? Must be nice to be able to come in here working. Hello, Thomas. I'm glad you popped in for a visit. Interesting guest you had today, Thomas. Haven't tried the tenderloin turkey. Just make the whole one because the turkey bone broth is exceptional. Yeah, I enjoyed Thomas's live today. Yeah, you had quite a few people there too. It is easy when you have a great guest. Yeah. How many of you guys gonna buy more than one turkey because of the price is so cheap? That is up in the air. I Masick talked about she might pop on either this week or next week. So it's possibly Mace. It's just I just do it, and whoever wants to come in comes on. I never know who's gonna come. Hopefully Masick comes on. Masick. Mason. I know someone whose name is Masick, so I always call her Mason. Masick. Well, here's the thing with turkey. Turkey to me is very dry. Hey, there's Poopy. Good evening, Poopy. Oh, you got your blanket. That's the first time I made one of those blankets. But we're doing the panel tomorrow night if you want to wait till tomorrow night. But you're more than welcome to talk about it today. Poopster. So how you been, Poopy? I haven't seen you for a while. It's been a while. Yeah, I'll come on tomorrow at midnight to talk. Alrighty. Sounds like a good plan. Well, there you have it, guys. Poopy's gonna be around about midnight. I was just thinking about you. Show off my blanket. Aw. That one was all right. Wasn't my absolute favorite, but it's all right. It's still I like the blanket. I think about you, John, together strong all the time. Aw. Show off my blanket. I like turkey to replace chicken like in instead of chicken soup is turkey soup. To me, turkey's very dry unless you put it into something. So I gotta have turkey meat and treat it like chicken in like chicken soup. So it'll be turkey soup. We love it, and it comes with a few baby hairs, so he can clone baby. They're all of it's gonna come with some baby hairs. And I do tell people that too. Well, it might have some baby hair on there. So he can clone baby. Uh, Considering she's always on my lap half the time when I'm crocheting, there's bound to be baby hair. It's love, John and Poopy. Well, I'm glad you enjoy it. I'm glad you like it. Mason's going after the other one. She's hoping for the one that's it's going to be the giveaway December 1st. Yeah, you hear that? He's got some of your DNA, baby. Poopy's got some of your DNA. Oh, you guys, I found these awesome gifts. I got two of them. I can't believe the luck I had when I found these. And it's actually hot sauce inside of a glass chicken. It is so awesome. I can't wait to give these away. Have I shown you the glass chickens? I can't remember if I did or not, but they are so cool. Yeah, it's hot sauce inside of a glass chicken. Might be a rooster. Might be a rooster. All right, I'll go get them. I got them on my other on a shelf out in the hall. Well, you don't have to see, but I came across these and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta do these for presents. Don't be chicken hot sauce. Isn't that the most awesome thing ever? So this is going to be a giveaway too next month in December. I don't know if it's got carbs in it or not. Let's see. No, it says zero carbs, guys. No sugar, zero carbs. Don't be chicken hot sauce. But I just thought that was so cool. And I would think that after you use the hot sauce, that you could just refill it with more hot sauce. But isn't that the most craziest thing? I saw those and I was like, oh my god. So I got two of those. Yeah, isn't that cool? So hopefully, between the cups and I got baking cans and stuff like that. So we'll see. I think it's awesome. It's one of the things I love to find is just something that belongs in my niche that fits for our channel, you know. And I mean, come on, a chicken. I was hoping I could find them like in cows and in pigs, but no, just a chicken. Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah, I got myself one and I got two extras. It's I'm not sure if it's a chicken or a rooster. I think it's a chicken, but it could be a rooster too. I don't know. You're the farmer. Is it a chicken or a cock? Oh, you're gonna eat? Well, goody goody. Cocktail like a rooster. Yeah, maybe it's a rooster. The only one I haven't heard from is if Ancient Alien got his box. I don't know if he got his or not. Yeah, those are going to be giveaways in December before Thanksgiving, before Christmas in December. Like do a couple every so many days or something. Slow tonight. Everyone's burnt out from all the lives today. There was quite a few of them today. Here I couldn't find any, and then as soon as I bring one up because I was bored, there was lives popping up everywhere, and I thought, well, I guess I'm gonna go so I can get my dinner started and listen to these other lives. Yep, I pooped out. I watched a little bit of Bricks. Um, I watched Thomas's his 2 hours. I watched another one, but that one was live of a crochet channel that I watch. You can find unique stuff like this at Home Goods, JT Maxx, and Marshalls. Oh, okay. I haven't been to either one of those, TJ Maxx and Marshalls. Yeah, I think the chickens, most of the stuff I get are from either Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and um, Walmart. So either of those three stores is where those chickens came from. What changes will there be for the 24-hour live? Well, unfortunately, I can't do, because of YouTube rules, I can't use other people's channels. That's what we were going to do. We're going to do Thomas's, Amy's, Candy's, and Booby's. We were going to play their playlist during when no one could be here. Well, we can't do that because YouTube can shut it down, and then I have to show proof that I got permission, and permission has to be a written permission. So and it can't be pre, it has to be after they shut you down. They shut your channel down for it. So I'm not going to take the chance. So I'll either do some of the old playlists of my walking videos, maybe from when I first started the channel type of thing, or there's a lot of other videos out there that are free that you can play, like kitty cats in the kitty cat playroom at a shelter, or watching chickens at somebody's barn. There's other things that I can play, or even just a crackling fireplace. But there'll be something on there, but the live will be open mostly just for people to be able to connect with somebody during the holidays. Some people don't have, like, I'll be alone for parts of my day. My husband goes to bed early. He takes naps all day. He doesn't. He hardly ever is awake. He's always napping. So we'll see. But that's what the plan is. Yeah, I thought the playlist was a great idea too. I can play my own playlist. I I can take the chance, and hopefully they don't check my channels live on a holiday, but they'll just shut my channel down. So uh, so either someone else has to do their lives and run it and run their own and just not be there, or the only other outcome is just to go ahead and play my own, or do something like the crackling fireplace or something like that. But there'll be something going, but who knows? Mostly it's going to be so people can come in and talk and chat with each other. That's the whole purpose behind it. I mean, I'd like to give like maybe Mason and people on here uh, maybe permission somehow to come in and they can talk. I don't know how. So much research doing all that. I was bummed though when I looked at the rules for it and found that out. Penguin. Yeah, when is Thanksgiving? It's not like next week. It's not this Thursday. I gotta look. I think it's next week though. Pretty sure it's next week. Yeah, it's next week. Yeah, so we got another week away. I looked into that today about your only choice is to loop your own content, but you can play others with consent. Yes, you can play others with consent, but the thing is, though, John, and just stop the video and make comments on it. Yes, I can do that. I can be here and make comments on it and then stop. We could do that. Um, So yes, we can do that, but I can't just not be here and run their content. I have to be here in my chair, sharing my screen, and then comment about what's going on. So we could do something like that and watch other people's content. We can do that. That's okay and allowed. Yeah, I can do that. And then everyone that wants to be part of it has to just send me an email. But I can't let it go like we had planned. Like when I go to bed for 7, 8 hours, which I doubt it'd be 8 hours, 7 hours or something, I can't just play it. Someone actually has to be here. So that put a big damper on it. Um, yeah. Like I could do it if I was sitting here and I was just like up and down or whatever. It's just I can't just leave it running. What? 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 Yeah. Like I can sit here and play Yaws Thomas, but I have to be here talking about it. I can't just let Yaws play, which is what I wanted to do. What time do you think you'll start? Well, when we go live Wednesday night, the night before Thanksgiving, we're just going to stay going. So Wednesday night we'll have our panel, do whatever we're going to do, but then it'll just stay on when I decide to go to bed. And I'm thinking about going back to the lives and trying to find like all the rice stories and all the craziness and make a video from cutting all those up. If I could figure out how to do that and play some of those lives. I don't know. We'll see. We'll get it figured out. But we can take like cuz it's going to, be times when it gets kind of not very much going on. And we can take like one of Thomas's, maybe one where he's interviewing somebody, and we can all just watch it and then, watch somebody else's. The first the first fire hydrant walk. Rice, yeah. And just compile a couple of those videos. And then I can put the video from Amy that she made for the rice song on the cutoff of the rice. I got to find out which video it is that's got the rice in it. The first fire hydrant walk. Yeah, she made some cool songs for sure. Yeah, I do play a lot of her Avengers just for the music while I'm crocheting when I'm bored. I just go ahead and stop playing. And by all means, guys, don't feel like you have to be in this room all the time or even, whatever. It's just come and go and do whatever because I'm sure there's going to be other, YouTubers out there with doing stuff too. So don't feel like you have to just be in here because I don't expect that at all. You could also pre-tape yourself on others' videos and add comments to them and then run them in a loop along with other clips. Oh, now that's an idea. I just have to get I wouldn't want to do that at all without other people's okay with that. Thomas, are you okay if I'll make it so it's not monetized though. I'm not going to make the holidays monetized doing this. My brother-in-law's mom has been in and out of the hospital, so I may not be celebrating TG, but no worries. We'll just get a mini bird. Yeah, they usually sell parts of like turkey breast or something like that. Oh, John was saying something about taking others' videos, like we were talking about yours, Thomas, playing yours on repeat, that I can just videotape me going through yours and talking about your video off and on and play a video of yours and just be me taped talking about your video, if that makes sense. And but not have it monetized and throw that in. Poop will be back later. He'll have some ideas also. Yeah, that's true. We can talk to him about it tomorrow. That would be fine with you? All right. Yeah, figure out how to do all that. Do up a couple of them. I promise I will be. I might decide it's just way too much work, but we'll see. I got to look over your list and see which one would be awesome to do for Thanksgiving. Do you have a preference on which one you would want to be seen on Thanksgiving? A guest that you absolutely loved having or something? But I can look over your playlist. I have over 400 videos, not including the ones I interview. Oh, wow. Okay. Uh, watch the charismatic voice. She does reaction content on music videos. So it's like that. Yeah, music videos, those are very complicated. I wouldn't do any music ones unless it's AI music, but so I got to make these videos, then put them all in a playlist so that we can play them. That would work. That would work. Ah, that is like asking the queen bee which drone is her favorite. Yeah. My stepdaughter and her husband are on a cruise in the Cayman Islands. She would send pictures of them partying like rock stars, but she's getting homesick, burned and tired of looking pretty on vacation. Makes me wish I was 50 again. Yeah, I think we all wish that. I don't know though. That was like right around the time I was right heavy into being in menopause. Not sure I want to relive all that again. I hated menopause. Oh, I bet you did. Makes me wish I was 20 again. I wish I was 20 again, but knowing what I know now. So I wouldn't, or even 18, so that I wouldn't get stuck with my first husband. Put men on pause sucks. Ha, men, no pause. All those hot flashes would spend hours in the cooler at the grocery store. You couldn't even imagine af- how often the manager would come by. Uh, well, I think Thomas has a definite idea on what menopause is like. We don't do it on purpose, John. It's out of our control. I got my husband so used to for 10 years having a cold house. In the wintertime, wouldn't even turn on the heat that now he's freezing me out. Now I'm the one cold all the time and he's freezing me out. Oh, you got hit by my net. You got hit by my crochet hook, darling. I hope you didn't get hurt. Yes, darling. I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. Yes, I know. That's right. I know, darling. I know. It's the nightly boys' fault. It's the night boys' fault. We get normal afterwards. Yeah. Yeah, now I feel when it's cold, I feel it. I never used to for the last 10 years. Eh, mm. Well, guys, I'm gone. Talk to y'all tomorrow night. Later, all. All right. Night, night. Night, night. Normal is like common sense, rare. I'm so thankful, though, that, oh, having all those hot flashes mostly gone. One like, one happy algorithm. Feed the beast. You're so cute, John. Sweet dreams to you too, Jenny. Normal is only a cycle on the washing machine. Well, this is true. This is true. Yep, this is true. Hi, one and all. What's the chat for tonight? Um, for some reason, YouTube isn't allowing me to collaborate with my guest on today's live. What do you mean, Thomas? What do you mean? For some reason, YouTube isn't allowing me to collaborate with my guest on today's live. I should be able to allow him to upload the video to share on his channel. Yeah. So, you know how when you're in YouTube and you can go ahead and share another window? I guess that wouldn't work either because it wouldn't be the same time because YouTube channels are off by a few. I don't know. But it looked all right. It looked like you two were being all right together. Oh, we were. Okay. It's the Nightbot's fault. Still talking about the 24-hour live. Did you decide how to do it? Uh, we got some ideas. We'll see. This is just for Thanksgiving and possibly Christmas. We got some ideas. We'll work it out. There'll be something on the screen. So it'll all work out. Well, I have an early morning protocol, so I'm calling it a night. Night, Barb. I'll probably watch a morning walk in between my scan crap tomorrow. Okay, Terry, if it's not raining, I'm not going to walk in the rain. But you take care for tomorrow now. Dress comfortably. Yeah, I broke down and did some stuff too, but night night. Sweet dreams. Boo 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 boo. So what's everyone got for plans for Thanksgiving? What's everybody's plans? Anyone traveling? I'm getting sleepy. Gonna take a little nappy poo. Boo boo. Do do do. Do do do. Do do do. Oh, thank you for becoming a member. Oh, that's cool. I don't want to miss anything. I want to watch you grow right from the beginning. I wish I was the first one, but I wasn't. I was the second one. But it'll be neat to watch someone climb up, from the beginning. Heck, you've been doing this a lot longer, so I figured I'd learn from you. Now, I don't do a lot for my members. I know that sounds horrible. Um, but if there's anything that like when I drive my car, for example, I show that, they get that first bit of information. When I finally got down under 300, it was the members that got to see the video first. That type of stuff. When I drove first, that's someone else bought him his membership, so Rick will probably not last past a month. Sounded hilarious. I have no ideas about the lives, pods, or videos. I just don't I just don't anything about any of it. Thanksgiving I will probably be home alone. Haven't decided about dinner. Too hard to cook for just one. Well, Patty, if you're looking for, places to hang out here and there, this live will be open all day, 24/7 for those 2 days. You don't have to come here. We're trying to figure out how to play some of like Rick Thomas's videos, and I think we have figured out how to do it. So I would just make a video of me watching his video because it has to be my content. So I'm going to critic nicely Thomas's videos. That way there I can just play the playlist of John's videos on Thanksgiving. If that makes sense. So it's going to be replays of different people. So I got to see if it's okay with Booby and Amy if I critic. So that means a lot of recording because I would have to have multiple recordings to be able to just play this playlist. Yeah. And you know, I'm going to be here off and on throughout the day. I'm not going to be here the whole time because I'm going to have about 3 hours with my family being here. Yeah, just 3 hours, and then they'll be gone. But my daughter has to work and my granddaughter, so I'm going to be by myself. But I'll have people in my life, of course. I'm not going to be alone on Thanksgiving, but I'll have alone times here in my office. So that's why we're doing the stream 24/7. I'm not going to do that every single day forever. I can't do that. So this is like an exception for the holidays. We're doing it for the holidays. We're just trying to figure out. I can't, it's against the rules to go live and not have something on the screen. So that's the part we're trying to figure out. So I have to do replays of something or show a video of, like, have you ever seen those puppy playrooms? Or videos or live streaming the sunset type of stuff. You can do that kind of stuff. So, yeah. So it's just people that are alone, they want someone to talk to and chat, that they can do that here. You don't have to. I don't expect anyone to, but it's just here if you want to. I'm sure other people are going to probably do some lives on Thanksgiving. I don't know. But this is just a backup plan. That's all it is. Do a video of turkeys playing the piano. That would be cool if I could find something that I could play like that. There is some ideas I could do, but we'll see. To be honest though, when I leave to sleep, where it's going to be about 6 hours or so, it's probably going to be something like the puppy room. But we'll see how many videos I can do. I don't know if I can get up all these hours of videos unless I do it in repeats. But we'll see. We'll play around with it. The whole point is it doesn't matter what's on the screen. What matters is that you guys are able to come and hang out and chit chat. I may go on. Yeah, and that's it. So I wouldn't expect people to stay in here and not go to yours, Thomas, because you're live. Of course, they're gonna want to go see you. At least I hope they would. I might even be able to come and catch yours. Yeah, I could be here 24/7, but still go catch yours. Oh, you never know. They like it when I am alive. Okay. When you are alive. I hope so. One of the greatest things, though, is I could be sitting here and still be able to watch yours because I have a few screens I can watch. I should go sleep to be awake by 4. Oh, yeah, dang. Yeah, go get some sleep. You got to get up. What? Gosh, you're crazy. Get to sleep. Hi, Patty. My roommate is blasting his TV again. I think his hearing is going. At least I hope that is it. Yeah, that would be awful if he's just blaring it just to blare it. I need to find a person that's non objective to tell me when to stop losing weight. My wife likes me big or skinny, and the friends will just tell me what I want to hear. That's hard for me. Yeah, well, I would think um, I know that I still see myself bigger than, I still see myself as being 400 pounds. Everyone says they see me losing weight, but I don't see it. I just try to believe what people tell me. So if someone says that you look good, then believe them. Because we are harder on ourselves. We don't see the changes because we see each other all the time. I still think I am fat. I think we all do. Barb, it has finally cooled off this evening. It's 71 now. Wow, weren't you? You were like in the 80s earlier, right? Weren't you in the 80s? I think you were telling me. But see, that's still warm to me for being in the night. Right now, I'm at 40 degrees. I'm at 40. I'm actually, I think, warmer tonight than I was earlier today. But I do know I have improved because measurements don't lie. Yeah. Go by your measurements, John, not by your weight and not by your eyes. You have to measure, tape measure yourself. It's like I've turned anorexic. It's crazy. Yeah, you don't want to get too skinny because if you ever got sickly with something, you wouldn't have enough to keep you alive. You want to keep something on your body. You don't want to get too skinny. Hoping for cooler weather and rain for the next 2 days. Yeah, it's showing rain for me. I think what I probably need to do is get a DEXA scan. They're cheap, around $80. And what does that tell you, John? What will that tell you? I was gifted a DEXA scan. It is great, but I found out because I don't hit all four sensors that the readings are accurate. I think we always see ourselves as we progress. I see myself as 365 pounds. Yeah, that's what I see myself as how I was when I was 400. Thomas is not bad. Thomas is not bad. Celebrate. Woohoo. Yeah, I don't see Thomas as fat either because of the missing toes. It tells you how much fat compared to muscle ratio and how much fat is in the body and how much. Okay. You can't be really fat if you're that close. If you're only like 10 pounds away from your goal weight, I don't see you. Man, I could lose 10 pounds and you wouldn't be able to tell. Mm. Well, it still show me as fat. I should be under 23% body fat for metabolic health and insulin resistant control. Yeah, I'm probably at 100%. Uh, I, isn't it like almost 11:30 for you? Yeah. So good night, Thomas. No nights. Sweet dreams. See ya. If this dumb truck driver can lose 175 pounds, anyone can. I have faith in you. Yeah, Patty. I'm still working on the first 100. Need another 25. So you've lost about 80 pounds? Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. How long have you been at it, Patty? I haven't weighed in 6 months, but I know I haven't lost weight, maybe a pound or two. Yeah, one day at a time. I go up and down constantly. I go up and down constantly, and I'm not cheating. I don't feel like I'm cheating, but I did have some cheese this week. Um, but I know, like, I got down to 293. 293. I stepped on the scale today and I was up to 297. And I'm like, I've gained about 3.5 pounds. Now, I know there is absolutely no way I gained 3.5 pounds of fat. I just know. And I know it's just a shift in water weight. It's just, and I knew I was going to start because I wasn't peeing as much. It's the peeing started to slow down. So I was like, yep, I'm retaining fluid. Hey, Amy. 1 to 2 pounds. I'll take any win. Might be muscle weight. Yeah, it could be. But I'm when my fingers got super tight, my rings got super tight this morning. I feel like it's water. I still have 100 to go of my 120, Patty. Just started at keto to keto for better. I'm not big on meat, LOL, but I'm determined. Yeah, we got this, you guys. We got this. We got this, Basin. We got it. Now, if I go by the doctor's charts where they say I'm supposed to be at, I need to lose about 150 pounds. But I don't want to be that small. So I figure I've got to lose about 100 pounds. Once I lose the 100 pounds, I'm just going to stay in maintenance. So, one day at a time. I've got this. I'm going to do this. And we got this. Yes, we do, Mason. We got this. I mean, I miss, certain things about keto, so I know eventually when I get down to where I feel my best at, I'll be ketovore, and that's where I'll live for the rest of my life. So there you have it. But I'm going to say probably I got another 100 pounds. I've already lost 100 pounds, so I'm halfway there. That's how I see it. Yes, I watch my ankles. Yeah, I notice it in my fingers. My fingers get really like I have a hard time making a fist because they get so swollen. Yes, you did great, Barbara. Already lost 100 pounds. Well, yeah, but that took me a year and a half to do 100 pounds because I went off my diet for almost a year. I took a break from carnivore for about 10 months, gained half of it back, but now I've lost that I gained, so I can now say I'm 100 pounds down. Yeah. So some never lose. That's sad. Live today like nobody else, so you can live like no one else later. Sometimes I swell in my hands, but it's usually some allergic reaction. Yeah. I knew when I ate the cheese and then I did a few days, but I don't know about the lactose, the cream, because I made sure it was pretty light. So I don't think that was it. I think it was the cheese. But that's all right because I know I'll lose the water and life will go on. Oh, I am. See if I can. Let's see. Hmm, let's see. Yeah, that was me at 400 plus right there. Have I changed? That was last year. I look like I was part chipmunk. I can see it in my face. I guess I lost some in my arms. That's 100-pound difference. Thank you, thank you. Back then, I couldn't walk. I'm surprised my walker isn't close by. It probably is. But yeah, I had to have a walker and everything. So that was just last year. Crazy. And this is why it's so important for you guys to have pictures so you see your progress. When I start doubting I'm losing weight, I pull up an old picture, when I get frustrated. Because I'll tell you, it's taken a long time to move these last few pounds that I've had on me. But then I look at where I've come from, and then, okay, so I do see a difference. Just keep going. Just keep going. Your body has to heal. That's inflation. That's inflation. Inflammation right there. Hundreds of pounds of inflammation. Takes time to heal. 14 gallon jugs hanging on you. Yeah. Yeah, my stomach was way down to my knees. Yeah. And it's still on my knees. Just that now, as my husband says, it's getting empty. You're getting empty. Uh, but see, when I look at myself, I see that person still, except for in the face. I see I really have to look at my body when, you got to have a picture. And I hardly have any pictures because I was always like, don't take a picture of me. I didn't want any pictures of me. But I'm here to say you need to have pictures done. Even though you don't want to, you don't have to show anybody. It can be private, but you need to have some pictures of yourself so you can look. 14 gallons. Jeez. That's crazy. Yeah. Yep. Pictures of me is my daughter ended up giving me that picture 'cause I didn't have one. So I asked her, "Do you have any pictures of me?" And she sent me these. She sent me this one and another one because I don't allow pictures. Like, no. Hello, Fluff. This is the first time here, Fluff? So welcome, Fluff. I like the name. It's a cute name, Fluff. Right. There's not many pictures of me either. Yeah, I have to really look deep for pictures for me of me. Yeah, so get some pictures done. Even if you have to hide them, keep them private somewhere. Now, if you got Discord, what you can do is make another channel of Discord, another complete channel, make a new one, and just have all your private stuff in that one, and don't invite no one to it. No one will ever find it. And that's where I post all my pictures from my phone that I need on my computer. I can pick them up from Discord. How I do it. Might be crazy, a crazy way of doing it, but it's how I do it. Is this your first time here, Fluff? She might have already left. I don't know. Grandma, you missed me joking with poop earlier. I said that you can't have a poop without a John. Yes, I did miss that. I cracked myself up. Yes, you can't have a poop without a John. Oh, how did I miss that? See what I mean by sometimes I miss things? I try not to. I try catching everything, but it's not easy. Lots of pictures 30, 40 years ago. I was always the picture taker. Now no one takes pictures. Yeah, isn't it funny how we're always the one with the camera and we take lots of pictures, but so there's no pictures of us? Oh, good. I'm almost done with this. Ah, until Thursday. Yay. Up to the corner. I thought I still had more to do, but nope. I'm right there in the corner. Ah, that is done for the week. 4 plus 4. Lots of pictures. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see. That one's a scary picture. I'll show you this picture. This is an awful picture of me. Awful, awful, awful picture. Not an awful, awful picture. That is so bad. Mm-mm-mm. You can see the deformities in my belly. Horrible, horrible, horrible. I think big ass people get away with more weight than stomach people. Yeah, they do. When I was driving a truck, it was crazy with hauling water. I would take water from Tennessee to Maine. Maine, take Maine water back to Tennessee. Both were filtered water. Yeah, that picture was taken in Maine last year. Yep, I agree. Big ass people get away. Yeah, and there's a whole thing where people actually want big butts. They want big butts. It's like, why would anybody want big butts? But there is people that want the big ass. I never understood it. I never understood it. When my husband died and broke my back and then sister passed, kind of took the life out of me. Yeah, that would. Kim Kardashian? What about Kim Kardashian? Does she have a big butt or something? She loves the big butts. Ah, look her up. Yeah, I'm not one of those that follow the Kardashians. Kardashian. Kim Kardashian. Oddly. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. She does have a wide butt. Big butts make the world go round. Must be a man thing. Yeah, I can't imagine losing all those people in a short amount of time. I'm still stunned that my mom and dad both passed on. That still hits me. Well, I have a big butt and a big stomach. Used to have big chest. Used to? I used to too, but mine's all deflated now. I go back to this one. Whoa. Yes, my boobs are empty. Very much so. Very much so. They couldn't get any flatter. I think when I went to have a mammogram and they put my boobs in there and then flattened them, they never regained all that air back. So I'm blaming it on that. I'm blaming it on a mammy. That's all there is to it. They flattened them out like a pancake and they never regained all that air. My boobs are empty also. No more man boobs. Oh, there. You no more man boobs? Well, congrats. Hey, I'm happy because I don't get mine slapped in the refrigerator door or the car door or the cupboard doors or the front door. I don't slam them into things anymore. When they got deflated and they sagged, that's it. They were no longer in the way. Serious. They were always in the way. I was always hurting them. I always had bruises. It was awful. I'm so thankful. They're empty. But I still need a forklift to lift them. Man, the mammograms suck. They flatten big boobs to pancakes. Yes, they do. And you tell them, oh, that hurts, that hurts. I'm sorry, dear, but I have to do this. And it's like, I want to know what they do if you have none, if you don't have any boobs. Do they just squish the nipples? What do they do? I don't know. I've always wondered that. I know, right? Big egg on my forehead. They visually look and say, next. Uh, this last one, not only did I have to have them squished in the machine until I screamed, ouch, then I had to lay on my back so they could take pictures using the ultrasound. So it was like a long process. Phew. I love this screen. I really love this. It doesn't show up very good on there, though, on the camera. It's very vibrant. Looks dull on the camera. My sister in law has nothing, never did, even when pregnant. Bob, my first bra was a 34D at 13. Yeah, I've had double D's. I don't know what my first bra was, but yeah. Now I don't even, if I don't have to wear one, I don't. And I don't the majority of the time. It is beautiful. You and I like the same colors. Blanket. Yep. Yep. Had a hard time convincing mom I needed one. When the boys started drop when the boys started dropping, they finally agreed. Yeah, I can't remember that far back. Oh, groping. When the boys started groping. Yep, I did. She was in there eating some. She ate about half of it. Yeah, I forgot at first, but then had to go back and grab her food and heat it up. I put them in baggies. I get a rotisserie chicken. I debone it, put portion sizes in baggies, and put them in the freezer in another baggie, and then take one out every day. Oh, Ancient got his bag. Aw, yeah. Let me post a picture. Oh, I guess. Oh, yeah. I'll show you. Oh, excuse me. He got his bag. Um, but recently, short term is getting sketchy. I have a good. Oh, okay. I see. I'm glad I'm not the only one that can't remember doo doo. Only good at night. Yeah. Yeah, she will bug me if she needs water or food. She will not let me go. She will, and that's good. I'm glad she does that. Because then I start thinking, all right, check her water, check her, is she hungry? She lets me know. Ugh. You can always use that line, Patty, if you can remember it. Bob, thinking about getting a couple of crochet needles, watching you crochet kind of making me want to do it again. 40 years, think I can learn again. I just Juan the do you know Juan the Yarn Addict? I don't know if he does a lot of good tutorials, and he does a tutorial on this, and this is a real easy one, and he breaks it down so easy that you can follow it, and he does it in left and right handed. I've made so many of these blankets. I love this blanket pattern, my favorite, and I make this blanket a lot. Oh, it'll come to you once you get some yarn in your hands, and it's just what I do is I just wrap it around my finger and pop it through, and just start wrapping it around the needle. Sometimes I just do a loop on there and just wrap the string around the needle or the yarn around the needle. A lot of people, they wrap the yarn around the needle. I let the needle wrap around the yarn instead of me wrapping, because to me that's an extra step, when instead it's just easy just to grab it. Um, it depends on what you're gonna want to make. If you're gonna do things like just doing things like a um, scarf blanket, you look at your yarn. Your yarn tells you what you need, and this is a 4 weight medium, and this is always going to be a 5.5 millimeter, a 5.5 mm. And if you can get a 5.5 mm, you can make and get the number 4 weight. You can make anything: scarf, blankets, hats, mittens, purses, pocketbooks, bags. And a lot of people, they go up. Like sometimes, if the yarn is like a 4 weight, but it's a little bit thicker, I might use a 6. So you might want to go like a 5.5 and a 6. At least for, if you're just starting out. But yarn is getting really super expensive. They keep going up. I watched a video, one of my crocheting people I watch, she did a live the other day at, I want to say it was at Michael's. It's either Michael's or Hobby Lobby. And they went up $2 on some cakes of yarn. I was like, oh my God, how can they just go up $2? For something that was 11.99 is now 13.99. The yarn keeps going up because of inflation. So a lots of times I buy my yarn when it's on sale. That's why I have so much. It's on sale. Like all this yarn here was all clearance yarn from Joann's. When Joann's went out of business, I bought a bunch of their yarn. I went to Joann's a couple of times during that month they were going out of business. Same thing with this yarn here is Joann's yarn when they went out of business, you know. So I look for the deals and then I go for it. But it is very relaxing. It's calming. It unless of course you haven't had time when you. But do when you get it, let me know and I'll give you a video. I'll send you a video of someone to watch his tutorials. Yeah, just inflation. Yeah, but we never get more money in our check. We're just spending less. Yeah. Right. The checks don't keep up with inflation. Yeah. They're so far behind in all the inflation. It's crazy. Supposedly, Social Security checks supposed to go up some in January, but we'll see how that really, if that really happens. I worry about property taxes. Always glad when they get paid. Yeah, believe me, I worry about that too. And of course, so far we've been able to keep up with it, but still, it's like during those 2 months right around property tax out, because we pay every 6 months, man, it's rough. There's no buying extra anything for those 2 months. It's just pay the taxes, take the bite, and for 2 months we just take the heat. We have to cut back on everything. But you got to do what you got to do, right? But what hurts is our taxes are due a month after Christmas. So it's like, oh, you know, mine are due at the end of December. We only pay one time a year. It's tight. Yeah. Ours went up last year by about $400. That does hurt. By the time all these things go up, your taxes, your light bill, your gas bill, all your groceries, it's like there's not much left, you know? Would be nice if the elderly didn't have to pay property tax. I thought that was the case, but I guess not. Maybe I just dreamt that. So far, I've always managed. Well, I saw something about it. I don't know if it applied to everyone. What about the elderly not paying property taxes? Yeah, I don't know. Would be nice. Yeah, so far we've managed to. Why at night, though? Yeah, it's been a quiet night. Wore them out last night. Yeah, I think my granddaughter's cooking. Smells good. I don't know what it is, though. It smells good. Property taxes in Texas hit hard because of school district taxed us to death. Some people can't get homestead exemptions, but I can't get that. Yeah, when we lived in Texas, we had the homestead exemptions, but our taxes still went up like crazy. So I don't know how that was supposed to make it any easier because ours still went up. We went from when we bought the house from taxes being like about 3,000 from when we sold the house after my husband had a stroke. We sold the house and the property taxes were over $10,000 a year. It was insane. And then the insurance was like about 2,000 a year. So between property taxes and insurance, it was about $1,200 a year. It was nuts. I mean, what the heck? But yeah, you're right. I remember I asked for a breakdown of what where the tax money went to, and um, the majority of our of what I was paying was to the school. Yeah, I know that each month I broke it down to monthly, and each month I was paying 700 and something dollars a month. That's breaking it down, through monthly for what I paid a year. It was 700 and something dollars a month I was paying just a school tax. Just a school tax. And I didn't have any kids that ever went to school in Texas. And I'm paying 700 plus dollars a month in school tax. It's like, what the hell is up with that? I was like, yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy. So between 700 and something going to school tax, and then was paying money on some um, what do they call that? An arena that they were building. I was paying on an arena too. I was like, what the hell? I don't even use the arena. Why am I paying on an arena? Okay, I'm going to go to work on the grocery list, pet store list, etc. I have everything delivered. Some housework. Have a good night. You too, Mason. Have a good night. Sweet dreams when you get there. Yeah, it's insane. It's absolutely insane, Patty. I get it. And it seemed like there was no end to it. I couldn't afford it no more. So when my husband had his stroke, it's like, oh crap, we got to sell the house and move. We got to go to a cheaper state. And both my daughters was here in Ohio. This was 3 years ago. And so we chose Ohio to move. So we packed up, we sold the house. Well, actually, we did sell the house, but it wasn't until after we were already up here. We moved out, renovated the house. Well, we put in new floors and new bathroom. And it sold finally after a month and a half in a hotel. Stayed in a hotel in Ohio for about a month and a half. I was like, I hope the house sells. It's get kind of expensive living in a one room hotel. It did have a kitchenette in it and stuff, so but that is just way too much money to be paying on school taxes. That's just way too much. Who's gonna wanna who's gonna wanna buy any house property in Texas if you gotta pay that kind of money each month to the school? And you know what? It's not that much for private schools. You know that, right? Tuition for private schools isn't that expensive. So I must have been paying for a few districts myself. I don't know. Yep. Can't afford it. And then after, doing all that money into your house all your life, when you get into an elder years, they can take your house if you end up sick. It's like, so you spent your whole life paying for a house that you're not going to keep because if you ever had to go into a nursing home or whatever, your house is gone. That's the sad thing. Your kids don't even get the house. Yep, your blanket is coming along nicely. Thank you. It's been fairly slow. It's tapering down. Tapering down. Good to see you though, Candy. We talk and she just keeps on crocheting. Yeah, Poopy was here for a little while. I'm super tired tonight, gonna try not to be up so late, but wanted to come hang out for a bit. Oh, you're already in bed? Oh, yeah, you miss Poopy. He said he might show up later or he might show up tomorrow. Oh, shoot. I'm sitting here wondering, I wonder what I'm smelling that's so good. All right, Patty. Yeah, I'm going to end up leaving here shortly myself. Everyone's going to bed. And I just realized I still have my stew meat cooking. I was wondering what, I'm like, oh man, Emma's cooking something so good. I can smell so good. Yeah, some nights. But there was a lot of lives today. So I think a lot of people just spent so much time doing lives all day. Oh, it's in a crock pot on low, so it's not burning, but it's gonna be nice and tender, all in the part tender, which is okay. God bless the crock pot. Yeah, I love the crock pot. So what you been up to, Candy? Anything good and fun? Hello, Lisa. How's Lisa doing? We have two big ones for making pet food, but we use them for pork roast and honestly everything. Yeah. I have a small one and then I have a big one. But I don't use the small one very often. Folded clothes. I'm a party animal. Yeah, I gotta do laundry here either tomorrow or the next day. So I won't be doing no daytime lives during the next few days anyway. No time for it. I'll be busy. Yeah, crock pots are nice. Oh, Jenny's home. Yeah, I love having a crock pot. I used to love it a lot when I was working. Throw something in it. Hmm. So have you sold anything yet? Yet, Candy, on Shopify? I'm mostly just curious. I've sold a few stickers. Yeah. I haven't sold anything. One of my paintings sold, but that was offline. Wow. Well, I hope you do well. But, yeah, you just stretching your legs. Are you just stretching your legs? Are you just stretching your legs? Yes, my darling. Yes, stretching your legs. My darling. Yes, my darling. Yes, my darling. Yes, my darling. So with the $5 shop, your shop won't come up on searches and you have to share out the link. So I tried to share my link, but I need to make prints which are easier for people to afford than originals. Yeah. I was thinking, why don't you create a coloring book? Because your pictures are so darn cute. Yeah, because there's lots of ways to make a book. Your own book without going to like a publisher's company, and then sell the books. Yeah. But I watch you do your coloring, and I'm like, man, that would be so cool to have some of those pictures in color. And in Etsy, they would have stuff like that, and they would sell, what where you could. It's a file that you could print out, so you don't even have to print it out. So that might be an option for you. I don't know how much it costs to do Etsy. Coloring books are some of the things I have been thinking of. Nice passive income streams. Once they are made, the work is done. Printable ones are cool. Yeah. Very, very quiet night. I'll be making a website before the new year and could probably sell downloadable PDF there. Etsy charges a bunch and they are oversaturated now. It's almost like Amazon. I miss, yeah, yeah. Everyone says, "Oh, you should sell your stuff on Etsy," and I'm like, no, no. Why am I keep hearing things like I got messages coming in or something, but I'm not seeing them anywhere. So I'm like, where is this coming from? I'm not seeing anything. I bought some new Christmas towel to make towel toppers. That's just because they know the name, but they don't know what it's actually like. I almost never hear other artists and crafters recommend Etsy. No. Why do you always gotta hurt me? Why do you always want to hurt me? And why do you always want to burp in my face? Yeah. Why do you always want to burp in my face? Your mama's girl. Oh, your mama's girl. What? Get your paw out of there. There you go. Yeah, I know. You're mama's girl. Yeah, you are. Your mama's girl. Yes, I know. Your mama's pretty girl. That's all there is to it. Yeah, your mama's girl. Yeah, you're just mama's girl. Your mama's sweet baby. Yep, yep, you are. Your mama's sweet baby girl. And I love you, darling. Um, yeah, you're a statue. I gave Moche a bath today, and every time it's a victory because in the past I would hurt for days after bending down over the tub to scrub him, but I've built enough muscle and strength, no more owies. That's good. All right, Lisa, night night. Ah, ah, ah. Mm. Yes, you're the girl. You're the girl, all right. Yes, you are. You're such a brat. You're such a brat. Yes, you are. You're such a little brat. Yes, you are. I'm off to sleep too, Barb. Sorry to leave you, but sleep is calling. That's okay. Go for it. I'm going to leave in about 5 minutes. I'm going to wait till it says 4 hours and I'm off. So you have a good one. Nighty night. Sweet dreams. Sweet dreams. Whoops. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, darling. Hmm. I'm sorry. I slapped you right across the face with my hook. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Mm. Oh, 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 my baby. Oh, yes. Mm. 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 All right, guys. All right, guys. All right. All righty. All righty. Well, guys, I'm going to leave too. So, anyone that's lurking, sweet dreams, you guys. Sweet dreams. You have a good one.